But for sheer innovation, shock value, and usefulness, nothing beats these next two secret weapons. And this was Cortes's first secret weapon, a bull mastiff.
Trained to kill and often outfitted with their own suits of armor, war dogs were shocking to the natives. They'd never seen dogs trained to attack men.
Cortes's other secret weapon was the horse. He was the first Spaniard to bring them to the New World. Now, he only brought a dozen or so, but on the battlefield, they made all the difference. The natives thought his horses were dragons. On the battlefield, that was a distinct psychological advantage.
The Mayan warriors were no match for the modern conquistadors on horseback. They thought the horse and rider were one divine being.
The native peoples were terrified of the horses. They had never seen anything like it before.
Cortes followed with the firing of his cannons. The Mayans were frightened but continued fighting. Then Cortes ordered a rear flank attack, and the bloody battle came to an end. On paper, the Spaniards should not have been a threat to Montezuma. Cortes had an army of barely 500 men compared to hundreds of thousands of Aztec warriors. And yet, Montezuma feared Cortes. Cortes had arrived during a season when the Aztec calendar didn't allow Montezuma to wage or even prepare for war.
Because the Aztecs really went to war from early December until April during the dry season after the harvest. So he hadn't raised the armies, retrained the armies, stored all the food. He wasn't prepared for war.
In addition, Cortes had arrived during a sacred year on the Aztec calendar, the year when the Aztec god called Quetzalcoatl was supposed to return. An ancient prophecy foretold that the bearded and feathered god Quetzalcoatl would return on a ship from the east to take back and rule the land of the Aztecs. Cortes came from the east. He was bearded, and he arrived in early 1519, roughly equivalent to the year and date in the Aztec prophecy.
Montezuma thought Cortes was a god. Montezuma thought he was immortal, that he couldn't be killed. That was a weapon even Cortes couldn't have dreamed of.
The Spaniards, given their weapons and tactics, couldn't always take the offensive. They were too few, but they were very good at taking the defensive. They could withdraw into themselves and hold a very small perimeter. And the advantage the Spaniards had is their weapons could penetrate the opposing line every time.
The artillery also caused native warriors to panic. Their confusion made them easy targets for mounted conquistadors.